On tonight's megasode,
Won't start.
Zitor has no
Well, it might be
fuel.
that there ain't no fuel in it.
A
Still good?
tree wins tug of
Well, now
war.
it's just pulling the tractor towards it.
And I forgot to strap down
Angry.
some pellets.
I already lost 3 pellets. Good morning, everybody. Today is a lovely October morning. We have a few fields that have been harvested last month, and now it's time to prepare them for the next year's crop. Let's start the 6810, which is the only tractor that is powerful enough to pull the plow. Well, at least the air compressor is working fast, considering it doesn't hold any air. And off we go. Now the plow is just up here next to the hog farm. Now let's just back it up slowly, a little further, and close enough. Now let's hook up the 3-point linkage and the hydraulic hoses. Now that should be all set up. Lift the plow up, and off to the field we go. Now this should be a shortcut if I remember correctly. Although it is a bit bumpy, and it isn't that much shorter, it's probably even longer than I thought. And turn to right. And that should be us on the left, if I'm correct, which I don't think I am, but I think it is. Yep, that's us. Now let's just rotate the plow. That's the correct side. And off we go, trying to keep it as straight as I can. Easier said than done. And that should be far enough. We're gonna finish the edges at the end. And rinse and repeat, going up and down. And off we go. This year the field was wheat, so next year we're probably gonna plant, or sorry, seed some soybeans or canola. I'm just gonna check how the plow's working. Seems the ground's being turned nicely. I mean, the paint was already worn, but it's all looking pretty good. Now let's just finish this field up by going across it once or maybe twice. Now this is the second pass, so that's gonna be it for this side. And race to the other side of the field. Now let's go across this side to finish it up as well. Load the plow and off we go. And that's this field done. Now it is. And off we go to the next one. And next, there's the farmyard. Words, they're hard. And up this little hill. And across the bridge. There's no cars, I hope. No, they're not. Now, this field is not a rectangle. It's a bit of an odd shape, actually. I'm gonna try by going down on this side. Hopefully that's a good decision. Well, this field was potatoes and it's a bit more muddy, so let's hope the tractor will cope with the ground. Now that might just be a bit too steep for this tractor, so however I'm just gonna try going up this side now. Seems a bit shallower, and you sometimes gotta improvise as a farmer, or maybe you just gotta improvise all the time. And we meet the corner that we started. Now I'm gonna go down on this side. Well, I don't think I need the plow turn. No, I do not. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna continue plowing for some time. And well, now this was unexpected and expected. The rain was actually forecast for today, but it came way sooner, and it seems to be raining way harder than they said it would. And actually have to turn on the lights. It got so dark. Now I'm gonna try to continue, but it might just get a bit too wet in a minute or two. But we shall see. And update. The tractor tires are slipping actually. The ground is actually really wet. but the plow's still doing its semi-decent jobs, but I'm just gonna... Yeah, I'm calling it. There's nothing else to do but go home and wait the rain out. So that's what I'm gonna do. There's no point in risking it getting stuck. Actually, I'm just gonna park the tractor under the shed and let's see how long the rain's gonna, how long it's going to rain for. It's been a minute or three. It stopped raining a few hours ago. Now the ground, as you can see, is still really wet. But oh, it seems to be going rather great, which is a bit concerning. But let's see how long I can go for. As you can see, it got really dark and somehow I managed to plow the entire field, although it did take way longer. It's actually 11:30 p.m. That's gonna be it for tonight. Well, it's been a long and semi-productive day. I'm a bit exhausted, but that's how it goes. Just park the tractor in here and I'm gonna call it a night.
Good late afternoon, everybody. It's a new day, and we have Derek coming in a few minutes. He's going to help us today, so I'll start the John Deere for him. I'm just gonna start it up and let it warm up a bit so that Derek can go straight to the field. When he arrives, I'm gonna get it out of the shed and I'll just park it over here next to the big shed. Let's just park it over here for now. Now I am gonna get the 7745 Zither running so that I can go cultivate the two fields that we plowed previously. Well, how about that? It won't start. Well, it might be that there ain't no fuel in it. That's a shame. Now, I think I have some fuel in a jerry can, in the little shed over here. There isn't much in them, but I hope it's enough to get us to the petrol station. And this one's empty. Just gonna put it over here so that I remember to refuel them. And now for the second one. Now this one is a bit less full, but every drop counts, I guess. Put it over here. Hooray! It started. And the gauge, however, says that there's a quarter full. So I wouldn't trust that. So let's go and hook up the cultivator. Now I parked the John Deere on the best spot I could, didn't I? I'm gonna have to redo that. John Deere's a bit in the way, I guess. Let's get the cultivator attached. Now let's just back it up a bit. I better not crash into the tree, I guess. Oh, just barely. And off we go to the top field, I guess. We'll stop with that one because it's a bit closer. Now let's see if the Zetor can pull it. Now it's struggling a bit. And I'm sure that it won't be able to pull it up this hill. Yeah, it's showing his age, yeah. I mean, it's going pretty great, I guess. I'm just gonna find the right gear. Now, let's try going back from this side over here. Although it does look pretty steep as well. Yeah, it starts off great, but yeah, the cultivator is a bit too big for this one. Maybe the next field, the other one, it's a bit more flat, so it might do well on that one. Not too sure. Oh, might as well and go try, right? You can see Derek has already started. That's great. Oh, hold up. I'm getting a phone call. He's gonna park over here for a quick second. Well, that was the seed and fertilizer guy of mine. He called me to tell me that there's a truck on his way to my farm with my delivery. That's exciting. Better go back and get the bobcat ready so that I can unload it. Let's leave the Zetor over here for now. Just gonna back it up to the shed. That's great. Now I see that Derek is well on his way with that field over there. He's hard at work. Well, hopefully the bobcat will start. Yay! Now I don't have any pellet forks over here, so let's hope the bell spikes are gonna work. I'm gonna put it over here but it's out of the way. Oh, well, how about that? He's already here. Now, this isn't all for us. I only ordered 2 pallets of fertilizer and 4 pallets of seed. So I better unload them so that he can go. I better not puncture those bags. I mean, to be fair, the bell spikes are working great. Now I'll put the pellets in this bay for now. Now for the second pallet of fertilizer. Thread it in. Oh, that's a bit heavy. Oh, because I didn't put the spikes all the way in. That's why. Just gonna put it on here. Now that's fertilizer done. Next up, seed. I see that the bottom pallet is a bit twisted. Now that's gonna be fun. That's the first pallet. I'm gonna put it right over here. Now the second one. Let's get the pallet number 3. And that's the pallet number 4 and the last one. And oh, almost had a disaster over here. And we're done. Now I just have to sign some papers. And he's off. Now let's see how Derek is doing. Gonna park over here. Wow, he's almost done with the field. How about that? Now, where were we? Oh, we were on our way to the second field. Now this field is way flatter than the previous one. Let's see how it's gonna work out. If I can find the right gear. I mean, it's working better, but it's still lacking some power, to be honest. We're going half the speed that we could have been going. Yeah, the Zeta is really struggling. Yeah. It's showing its age, to be honest. I mean, for a 40-year-old tractor, it's doing great, but it is just too slow. Luckily, I see that Derek is pretty much done with that field over there. So I'll just get back to the farm and unhook the cultivator from the Zetor and hook it up to the 6810. Oh, luckily we have the John Deere with the power so that we can do all the field work with it. I'm just gonna unhook it over here. And get it out of the way. Well, here goes Derek back from the field. Well, Derek had to leave, and I have some business side of farming that has to be done. So I'll just unhook the plow. We won't be needing it anymore this year, probably. And let's hook up the cultivator. Well, that's gonna have to be it for today, everyone. Just gonna park it over here, and I'll see you next time. Hello, everyone. You are joining me as I am finishing cultivating the top field. Now we started cultivating this field last time, but Zetor was just not powerful enough to pull the cultivator. So I'm here now with the 6810, and it's doing a much better job as you would expect, since it does have almost twice as much horsepower. And that's the field done. Off we go to the next one. Just gotta look right, there's no traffic, and off we go. This should be it on the left. Yes, that's the one. There we go. Now, this field is the one that Derek plowed last time, and it's also the steepest field on the farm. So I hope the John Deere won't struggle too much. I mean, it did manage to plow it, so you would expect that cultivating wouldn't be that difficult. Well, it's struggling a bit, but that is just me not finding the right gear, probably. I mean, it is starting to get really steep right here. Yeah, it's probably just me not finding the right gear. That's the problem. It's never the tractor, it's always the driver. Or the operator. Well, at least it's not struggling going down the field. But going up, it's only my problem not finding the right gear. Otherwise, it's going pretty well. As you can see, if I'm in the correct gear, it's not struggling at all, probably. It's almost not struggling. And back down we go. Oh, it's almost 11:30, and I have a meeting with the farm equipment salesman at 12 o'clock. So I'll have to pause with the cultivating for a bit, but I do think I have enough time to go up and down once more, so I'm gonna do that first. Almost there. Now, let's get back to the farm, and then off to the town. Let's just park the tractor over here for now, so that it's out of the way. Let's just open up the garage, and let's get the car started. Well, since we are going to the town, I might as well go fill up the jerry cans that we emptied last time. Just gonna put them in the back and get a strap over them. And off to the town we go. Oh, better look left first next time. Almost crashed over here. Well, it looks like they have a few new pieces of equipment over here. Now, this looks like a nice cultivator. It's pretty wide, almost double the width of ours, but we don't have a tractor powerful enough to pull it. Now that looks like a nice John Deere over there. It's a 6910S, which has, I think, 50 more horsepower than ours. So he gave me the keys to it and allowed me to take a quick test drive. Now it does have GPS, Green Star 3, and it also has 9,000 hours on it. But considering how many hours it has, it does look pristine. And it also has front hydraulics, which is an added bonus. Now, the previous owner did sell it to the machine dealer, and they are selling it. And also they are doing the 9,000 hour service on it. So I'm just going to take it for a little drive around to see how it drives. Well, I came here for something completely different, and now I'm seriously thinking about buying this tractor, which is crazy. I mean, I actually came here to buy a forestry trailer like this Tesla over here, or the Farm Tech one over there, or over here. Well, I'm just going to park the tractor back and just going to take the keys back inside. Now to the petrol station to fill up the cans. Well, hopefully there aren't any cars coming, because I cannot see them. Let me just park the car back into the garage. Now, back to farming. Or should I say, back to cultivating. Well, it got dark quickly, and the field is just about finished. I just have one more pass to go. And that's going to be it for today. Back to the farm we go. I'll just park the tractor over here so that it's out of the way and ready for tomorrow. And that's it. I'll see you next time. Hello everyone. You are joining me as we are getting the 7745 Zetor ready to take to the machine dealer. Now, I have traded it in as it was showing its age a few days ago, and I just don't have a use for a tractor with such low horsepower. Now, the 7711 is staying with us, as it is perfect for the slurry mixer. Since I have just bought a brand new pressure washer, I will wash the tractor so that I can test out how well it cleans. Now let's start with the rims first. At least it isn't as dirty as 6810. But it also hasn't worked as much. And now for the windows, so that I can see where I'm driving. I think it looks as good as new, apart for some spots where paint is chipped off. That should be good enough. And off to the dealer we go. You have served me good, old pal. I sure will miss you. It's been a few hours since I have turned on the camera last, but I just received a message that there's a truck coming with 36 new piggies. So let's get the bobcat ready so that we can give them food when they arrive. Gotta unhook the bale spikes and get the bucket attached. Just park the bobcat out of the way for now. I better go and open the barn doors so that we can unload the pigs. And here they come. Well, he got the trailer backed up as close as we can. Now he needs to move the truck so that I can close the barn doors. That's better. So the pigs don't wander out. You just need to sign some papers and off he goes. Now let's get the pigs some food. First, let's give them some wheat. Might as well. Just gonna tip it into the silo. And as usual, the John Deere is in the way. I might as well go and wash it since it's really dirty. So I'm just gonna take it to the pressure washer. And I'll leave it there for now. That should be good. Now back to feeding the pigs. Whoa! Looks like the bucket is a bit too light for a full bucket load. So that's fun. And going back for a second load. Yep, it's really struggling if the bucket is full. Plus the bumpy terrain doesn't help at all. Oh. Now let's see if the potatoes are heavier than grain. Well, they aren't if you don't fill the bucket all the way. All that's left now is to give them some straw for bedding. I'm just gonna hook the bell spikes up and take the top bale off. And I gotta open the barn doors and hope that no pigs escape. Better hurry. That's good. And let's just open it up. Well, it looks like they don't have a lot of food. I better go check the feeding monitor. Let's see how they are doing feed-wise. Well, it isn't much, but it should keep them fed for the night. And they do look happy. Now I might as well clean the tractor and the cultivator. They've got a lot of mud on them, so I really gotta scrub it off. Now that's the cultivator done, and it looks like it's brand new. And now for the tractor. I gotta wash the rims. I mean, they do look like new now that they are all washed up. Just gotta get the roof and the back windows. Now, I don't think I'll need the cultivator anytime soon, so I'll just put it out of the way. Just over here. And unhooked. And the tractor can go under the shed for now. Now that should be it for today, and I'll see you everyone next time. Hello everyone! It's an early start today. That's because we are going into the forest to cut down some trees that the lumberjack has marked off for us. Now, we have a project planned for the spring, and we are going to need quite a lot of wood for it. Right now I am headed to the dealer since I don't have a log winch, so I have leased one from them. and it's that one over here. Now I better turn on the lights before I crash into it. Now that's close enough. Just need to attach it, and the PTO and the electricity. And off to the forest we go. Now I haven't been in the forest at night, so I am a bit lost to where the entrance is. But I do know that it's over the train tracks. I'm just gonna go over the train tracks over here. It isn't the most safe option, but it's an option. Now this is the forest, but I am going to start from the other end though. Okay, now let's see which trees are marked with a slash. Now those are the ones that I can cut down. Here is one, and it's perfect one to start with. Let's see if by any miracle will it fall down. Oh, no surprise, it hasn't. Just perfect. I better get the winch. Now I'm going to try if I can pull it out of the canopy. Now I just gotta attach the rope to the log. Well, that didn't sound good. Let's try that again. Just gonna hook it up over here. Well, it's starting to go, and it stopped. Tractor's still good. Well, now it's just pulling the tractor towards it. Nope, it's not working. Maybe if I tug it with the tractor. Nope, that's not good. Well, it took a while, but I finally managed to pull it out. Now we don't need the branches, so I'll just cut them off and put them on a pile. Now where should I put the pile? Right over here should be perfect. Now we are going to get them chopped up into wood chips so that they can be used to heat up the house. I might as well make the end square. Now for the logs, I need them to be between 3 and 5 meters long. Now that's about 4, and this should be more than 4. Now let's get these two out of the way. Just gonna hook both of them up to the hand with the winch. A little bit closer. Now I'm going to put them at the beginning of the forest, but first I just need to turn around. Over here should be great. Much better. Now right here should be great. There's plenty of space to load them onto the trailer later. And back we go for another load, I guess. Now this one can go to the wood chips pile, as it's not that big. Let's just put it over here. Now which tree is going to be next? Looks like this birch. At least it didn't get stuck on anything. Got the end off. Right here should be good. And let's cut it into pieces. Right here should be okay. 1, 2, and 3. Now let's just winch them up. That should be good. And on the pile they go. And on the pile they go. Now I'm just going to push them up a bit so that they are nice and neat. Well, it looks like we have another birch to cut down. This one should be easy. And it was. It's good that we released this winch, otherwise I don't know how we would clear the logs. Well, we are making quite the progress here. That's the third tree. Now it looks like an oak tree is next. I better assess the situation. This one might not be that easy. Now that's a lot of branches. Now the easy part is done. I might as well pull it out a bit so that I have a bit more space. Well, it took a minute. And now we have a few more branches on the wood chip pile. Now I should get about 3 logs out of it. And it does look like I am. Oh, well, that was unexpected. I better watch out next time. And also the log pile is growing nicely. Well, it's been a few hours and I've done a bit of work and it's also getting quite dark. So it's the last tree that I'm clearing today, as I do want to transport at least one trailer load to the sawmill before it gets too dark. And to the pile we go. Well, we've got quite the pile and I hope I can clear it before the snow comes. Just gonna push it up a bit so that we have a bit more space. That's good enough. And now that there is a bit more daylight, I can see where the entrance is. It's right over here. It's a bit bumpy, but better than the train tracks. Back to the dealer we go. First things first, let's get the winch back where we got it from. And now for which trailer have I bought? I went with the Farm Tech one. since I managed to get the grain body with it for cheaper than the Tesla. Now let's get it attached. And I'm just gonna fold the crane up into transport mode. Great! Back to the forest we go. Looks like there's no train coming. We do need to make this road less bumpy, otherwise I might lose a log or two going in and out. Now, let's find out how good of a logging trailer it is. Need to turn on the lights so that I can see what I'm doing. And let's see if it can pick up the oak logs. Now, the controls might be a bit too sensitive, or I just need to get used to it. But so far, it looks good. And it's in. Now I do see a small problem with this trailer. It's not that big. It looks like it can only get about 3 or 4 logs on it. Now they are oak logs, but still, it's a bit small. Now I won't overdo it, so I'll just load 3 for now. Now I hope the sawmill is still open. We shall see. Turn around over here. Well, they are still open, and I managed not to roll the trailer coming here. Now, all that's left is for me to unload it. They told me to put the logs over here, so that's what I'll do. Just need to back it up. And the last one. Well, no. Well, I was waiting for that to happen, and now it did. Just gonna pick it back up and put it down over here. And we're done. Just need to fold the crane up. Now I'll just park the trailer under the shed, and that's gonna be it for today. Now I hope that it's gonna fit. I mean, I better go check out before I crash into the shed. Oh yeah, we got plenty of space. And we're in. Well, goodbye.
Hello everyone, you are joining me as I am struggling to unload the trailer. Now, this is the 5th trailer load that I have brought here, so we have quite the pile forming at the sawmill. It started snowing a few minutes ago, so we are in a bit of a time crunch as I want to clear the pile in the forest before the snow starts sticking to the ground. Just need to
take off the last two pieces. And as usual, I miss a piece. So just need to fix the last log and we're about done. Just gonna put it over here. We better hurry back to the forest now. Well, it's starting to snow harder now, so let's hurry and get this pile on the trailer. Let's see how fast can I do it. And that's the last log. And just in time. Just going to ratchet strap them down so that I don't lose them on the way. Well, it looks like we're done just in time, since the snow is really starting to accumulate on the ground over here. And the roads are getting slippery as well. Well, I managed to get here safely and in one piece. Just gonna back the trailer up, and all that is left to do is to unload the trailer for the last time. I better unstrap the logs first. And we're done. Now, back to the farmyard we go. Well, looks like we have some snow to clear. I can barely see where the road is. But first I'll just park the trailer under the shed and unhook it, because we aren't going to need it anytime soon. Well, looks like I crashed into the shed. Let's try that from a different angle now. And that's better. Now the tractor can just go beside it. It's time to push some snow. Now, I don't think the bell spikes are the best tool for the job, so I'm rather going to attach the bucket on the bobcat, and let's see if it does the job. It looks like we have a lot of snow to clear out, and so far it hasn't stopped snowing, so let's hope that we won't need to clear the yard again? At least I'm in a heated cab, so that's a plus. And I might as well do this the easy way. I think that's good enough for now. And since I have the bobcat running, I might as well fill up the pig silo with feed. Let's just see what feed type they are low on. And it looks like they need everything. Well, we better get on it. Well, looks like we are running low on wheat. And we might not have enough feed for the pigs. And since we don't have anything seeded yet, it's starting to look like we'll have to buy some feed for the pigs. And that shows you that I am not the best at planning things. Well, I better call the farm shop if they have some feed to sell before they run out of it. So let's hope that this feed lasts them at least till sitting time. But just to be sure, I will order a bit extra, just to be safe. Well, let's see how they are doing on feed now. And it looks like they're doing better, but still not good. Let's hope it's gonna last them at least a week. Well, let's just park the bobcat. It's getting late, and great, it's starting to snow again. And you know what that means? I'll have to clear snow again tomorrow. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hello everyone. As you can see, the trees are turning green. There isn't any snow on the ground, and that isn't our tractor. Or is it? Well, I actually traded in the 6810 for the 6910S, and it's the one that I test drove a few months ago. And after a lot of considerations, I decided it was a good enough trade, and here it is. a brand new to us, but slightly used. Now over here we have a construction area as we are building a bridge over the creek. Currently the holes for the foundations are being dug out. Although the creek isn't that big, I just don't want to risk it and build a bridge on a loose ground. Now, first thing on today's list is to go to the sawmill and pick up the wooden beams and planks that we are going to need for the bridge. And the contractor has graciously allowed me to use his tractor and trailer. So let's get the fast track started. And we actually need the low loader trailer. So I'm just going to unhook this one over here for now. And now let's get the other trailer hooked up. And let's get it hooked up. And off to the sawmill we go. Now that's a lot of wood. I hope I can fit it all on the trailer. And that's all from the wood that we cut down a few months ago. I better turn off the beacons so that I don't drain the battery. Looks like the owner allowed me to use their forklift. So let's see if I can load the pallets without any of them tipping. Let's see if I can do 3 of them at a time. Just need to line everything up. And it looks like I can do 3. Just need to line everything up. And I think I'm a bit too far to the front. I better go check. Yeah, it looks like I'm way too far to the front. Now that looks better. Now let's see if I can push the first 3 over with these ones. Now let's see how this is going to go. And it actually worked better than I expected. And that's the third stack on. I hope I can fit all of the beam stacks onto the single row. So let's see, I think it should fit. And it looks like the forklift can pick up two stacks at the same time. Well, I just hope I don't tip all of them. So far it looks good. I better check how much space I got. Well, it looks like it's gonna fit. Well, it's not the best looking stack, but it should hold together till home. I hope. I better strap them on so that they don't fall off. And now for the planks, let's see if they will fit. Now I hope I can fit them behind the wood beams. Now it does look like I have enough space. Yeah, I just need to move over a bit and they should fit. And they are fitting. That's great. And for the last two stacks, and it looks like I will be able to fit all of the wood onto a single trailer load. That's awesome. And that's all of them. I better strap them down so that I don't lose any. And let me just put the forklift back where I got it. Right over here. Now that is a wide load. I better turn on the beacons so that everybody can see me. And off to the farm we go. Let's see, first corner, and great. I already lost 3 pallets. Luckily, the forklift is nearby, so I can fix this mess. I'll be right back. That looks better. Let's put the forklift back again. And let's see if the second try is gonna be better than the first one. Now that's one corner done. Let's see how we do in the second one. And the straps seem to be holding. Let's see if we can get to home without any accidents. Made it home in one piece. And now I don't know exactly where they will need the wood, so I'll just leave it on the trailer so that they can move it when they need it. Now, the next order of business is we have a field that I plowed last year, but couldn't cultivate it. So I need to do it now before we start seeding. So it's the perfect time to test the 6910S. So let's get it started and get it hooked up to the cultivator. Now I think it was the steep field that we didn't cultivate. And it looks like I didn't remember correctly. So this field has been cultivated. So then the only field that I didn't cultivate is the first one. Luckily I know a shortcut. Wow, that's a lot of weeds. I hope they don't regrow. Now let's get the GPS started so that I don't need to worry about not doing straight lines in the field. Well, that took longer than I thought, because it took me 15 minutes to figure out how to use the GPS system. But it seems that it is working now, so let's see how good it is. Well, so far it looks like I'm going in a straight line and I'm not even touching the steering wheel. And that looks like a pretty straight line to me. So now I'm going to try going down the middle of the field. How good that works. It grabbed the line. Now I'm gonna put the cultivator down and off we go. Now that's a pretty straight line for me, and I could not make it without GPS. So I'm gonna say it works perfectly. Well, the GPS is working great, but I am running low on diesel. So I better go and refill. Now, luckily, the petrol station is nearby. And it's getting dark. So that's perfect. All filled up. And back to the field we go. Well, it's dark now, and luckily I am almost done. Well, it got darker sooner than I wanted, but at least we got some stuff done. And that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Good night. Hello everyone. It's bright and early today. Update on the bridge. Everything seems to be set up. They even got the crane here and ready. But I don't think it will be going up today, because the forecast is for a rainy storm. And that is also why I am up so early, so that maybe, just maybe, I can seed at least one field before the rain comes. But I do need to go and get the seed drill first. And it's at my buddy's farm, which is a little ways away. So I better get a move on. Right after I unhook the cultivator, since I didn't do it last night. All done. Now let's go. Well, finally made it. And great. He parked the tractor right in front of the drill. I hope he left the keys in it. Now the doors are unlocked. That's a good sign. And there is a key. Let's get it out of the way for now. Oh no, it's already starting to rain. No. Well, I guess I'm not in a hurry anymore. Anyways, let's get the drill hooked up. And let's put the tractor back under the shed, just like it was before I got here. Off to home we go. It's still raining, and who knows how long it will go for. But I might as well get the drill set up for sorghum, so that after it dries up, we can start seeding. I misjudged that by a mile. It's not even close to the barn. I better move the skid steer out of the way before I crash into it. Now let's see if the second try is gonna be any better. Well, considering I can barely see what's behind me, I'll say that is good enough. Now let's do some math. I want to seed two fields with sorghum, the steep field and the first field. Now the steep field is 0.84 hectares and the first one is 0.69 hectares. So together that is 1.53 hectares. We'll seed at a rate of 23 kilograms a hectare, so theoretically we would need 35.19 kilograms of seed. But theory and practice aren't the same thing. So let's round that up to 40 kg. And each bag of seed weighs around 19 kilograms. So by my calculations, we should be good with 2 bags of seed for both fields. That's bag number 1. Whoops, dropped that one. And bag number 2. It doesn't look like much, but if my calculations are correct, it should be enough. I better close the covers so that we don't get the seed wet. And all that is left to do is wait until the rain stops and wait some more till the ground dries up a bit. Well, it's been a few hours and I think the ground is dry enough. So let's go and try to drill some seed into it. Rear PTO, check. GPS, check. Seed monitor, check. I think we are ready to start seeding. The ground is still wetter than I would want it to be, but Seedrill doesn't seem to mind it too much, and it's doing a terrific job. So I think we are good to continue. Now I do have tram lines set to 18 meters. So on this pass there should be 2 sections turned off. Let's take a look right about now. And there they are. All systems seem to be working. Let's get this field seeded. That's the steep field done. Off we go to the first one. And the weeds are back. That is not good news. That is actually really not good news. So we are definitely going to need to spray this field with herbicide sooner rather than later, or we are in great risk of not getting as much or any yield of this out of this field. But let's seed it first and then worry about spraying herbicide on the field. Well, everything seems to be working great. I have been seeding for the past 2 hours. Or is it 3? I can't remember. Anyways, we will definitely need to pick the rocks off of this field before we start seeding the next crop, because the seed drill has taken quite some damage from them. I just hope nothing has broken on it. And that's the last pass. And we are done. Let's go home now. I wonder how much seed there's left in the hopper. So let's take a look. And just lower down the seed drill. And it looks like, I can get up, it looks like not much. I'll empty what's left in it. And now I'll just pressure wash it so that we don't contaminate the soybean seed that we will hopefully seed tomorrow. Gonna open up the covers and start pressure washing. Now that should be good enough. Now let's close the cover. And let's just park it underneath the shed. And done for today. I better get some good night's sleep. It's been a long day today, and tomorrow might be even longer. We shall see. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Hello everyone, and welcome back. It's happening today. It's finally the day. After many months of working in the forest and waiting, the bridge is going to be built today. The crew are on their way here as we speak. Everything is ready. The crane truck is here. The weather forecast is for a sunny day. So, let's get this bridge built. And it's here, in all its glory. Doesn't look like much, but it will save us a lot of time while driving to and from the fields. Now, it's not done. We still need to backfill some holes around it, and we also need to lay down some more gravel so that there won't be a ledge over here. We also have 2 pallets of leftover planks, so let's get them stored under some cover. That sounds like a job for the Bobcat, but I will need to get the bell spikes attached. Well, as per usual, I have parked the John Deere in the way. So first, let's get it out of the way. Now, I will need the John Deere today, since we do have a field that has to be seeded. But one thing at a time. So, let's get the bucket disconnected. And get the bell spikes attached. And now for the moment of truth. Will the Bobcat be able to lift the planks up? Well, didn't think that this would happen, so maybe I'll start with the bottom one first. And it lifted the pallet up with ease. Didn't even break a sweat. Where can I put this? Probably the top shed, so that they aren't in the way. Right next to these 2 crates that I have forgotten why we had in the first place. And perfect. Just need to do it one more time. If I can flip this pallet upright. That was easier than I thought. And done. Out of sight, out of mind. Next order of business, we need to fill up the drill with some soybeans. Last time I did the calculations, I need only one bag of seed for the weird field, so let's see if I'm correct. Well, here's the reason why I call this field the weird field. It's because its shape is weird. Go figure. This edge isn't straight, so I can't use GPS. Now, this one is straight, but it's quite short. So there's going to be a lot of turning involved. But I will be able to use GPS. So I think I only have one option here. And it's the second one. Might as well get the GPS set up and start seeding. It's getting dark already, so it's going to be a long night, I reckon. Wait, what the? Why is the seed monitor already giving me the alarm that there is no more seed? Well, perfect. I used the wrong seed rate on the drill. And that means that I just seeded a full field worth of seed on only half of the field. That's great. I just hope that it won't be too big of a problem and that we aren't getting less of a yield because of this. Well, it's getting late, and I better stop before I do anything even more stupid. Just going to park it next to the seed and probably in the way, as per usual. And since I'm over here, I might as well check on the pigs and see how they are doing. They look okay. Might as well check how the feed. Might as well check how much feed they got. And it looks like they have everything they need for now. I also ordered some extra food for them in case we run out. Well, looks like everything is sorted for today. The pigs are happy. I seeded the field horribly wrong, and the bridge got built. All in all, a productive day. And I hope to see you in the next one. Good night. Hello everyone. You are joining me as I am finishing seeding the weird field that I messed up last time. Just need to go down the field one last time, and that is all seeding done for now. So let's head back to the farm. Now I have some news. I may or may not have purchased some equipment on a recent auction. It was a bit of a spur of the moment kind of thing, and it was a bundle deal. So I got one thing that we will need soon, and a few that we don't really need, but are a nice addition to our farm. And one of the things has already arrived this morning, and you might be able to see a glimpse of it in the distance. But first, I want to clean the seed drill and return it to my friend. And I might as well clean the 6910S because it does look dirty. That looks way better. Almost looks like new. Just need to empty out the seed drill. And it looks like there's barely any seed in it. All done. Now let's return the seed drill. And we are here. I'm going to put it over here, right in front of the sprayer, and in the way. Because I'm a good friend. That almost crashed into the combine, but let's not talk about that. Detach the hoses, PTO, and disconnect the unit. Now, let's go back home. Looks like they finished with the bridge and are cleaning up the leftover gravel piles. So I hope they will be finished by the end of the day. And all that I have to do is to put the John Deere under the shed. Just over here will be perfect. And that's going to be it for today. Well, just got a call that the second piece of machinery is almost here. And whilst we wait, I might as well tell you what we already got delivered. It's a horse cultivator with a seed unit add-on. It's 6 meters wide and also too heavy for our John Deere to pull. But I might have a solution for that problem arriving soon. Well, I was just checking on the pigs and heard a truck pull up. Would you look at that? Yes, I might have bought a tractor. Well, let's get it unloaded. Oh, that's cool. The whole bed of the truck can be unloaded. I better unstrap the tractor before I drive it off. Well, it has seen some better days, but it still purrs like it was built yesterday. Back it up off the truck and park it over here. And let's sign some papers. Off he goes. Well, let's take a look at this bad boy. It's a 926 Fendt Favorit Vario. It has 260 horsepower. It doesn't have GPS or reverse drive. It does have relatively new tires. They were replaced 700 hours ago. And it does have rear wheel weights and front linkage, but no front PTO. So might as well fire it up and hook the horse up to it. That's close enough. Let's get it attached. And the hoses. And lift it up. Well, it looks like it can lift it up, but it will need front weight, for sure. Let's fold the cultivator up. And get them pressure washed. Well, here's another downside of this tractor. It has more than 13,000 hours on it. So it has seen some work in his life. Well, I'm gonna leave it running so that it warms up a bit. And let's get them washed. Now, the seed hopper wasn't in the bundle at the auction, so we won't be able to seed with the cultivator just yet. but I hope I'll find one on sale. All done. Well, we will definitely need to get a front weight for the tractor because the steering is almost non-existing right now. And I don't have a shed big enough to put the cultivator in, so it will have to be stored outside for now. Hopefully here will be out of the way. Or in the way. We shall see. And the tractor can go into the top shed right next to the 6910S. Barely fits into the shed. The fan does make the John Deere look small, doesn't it? Well, that's going to be it for today, and I hope to see you in the next one. Well, just got another phone call. There's another delivery on its way that I completely forgot about. The Bigfoot is coming. And it looks like the bridge crew has the excavator loaded and ready for transport. Back to the problem at hand, I don't have any space ready to store the Bigfoot. And I might as well give them the rest of the wheat and put the big bags in here. So let's go to work. And as per usual, I do not have the right attachment on the Bobcat. So let's unhook the bell spikes and get the bucket attached. That's better. It doesn't look like there's much wheat here, so this is gonna be an easy job. And done. Well, might as well give them some sorghum as well, since I'm already in the bobcat and have the bucket attached. That should be enough for now. And perfect timing. The truck is already here. And as you can see, I also bought the big bag lifting forks. I just hope the big bags aren't too heavy for the bobcat. Well, now that should be easier as they are closer to the ground. Let's unstrap the forks and the big bags. Let's hook the forks up. And now for the moment of truth. Well, first off, it looks like the forks aren't wide enough to get two big bags on at the same time. So we will need to unload one by one. And it looks like the bobcat can barely carry one of them at a time. So I won't bore you with me unloading the big bags one at a time. So I'll see you in a second. Well, that was painfully slow, but at least this is the last bag. And the truck is already gone. He must have been in a lot of hurry, or he was just fed up with my slow unloading. Okay then. And since I'm already in the bobcat, I might as well give the pigs one bag to see if they even like it or not. And it looks like the contractor came for the excavator. So I might as well help him hook up the trailer. All hooked up. Just need the wiring and the hydraulics. And he's already lifting up the ramps. And away he goes. Where was I? Oh, I was checking how much feed the pigs have. That should be enough for a few days. And now, I hope for real, it's going to be it for today. Third time's the charm, right? And I hope to see you in the next video.